Miami Heat talk. So, guys, before we even get into all this stuff, I just feel like when people are sitting up here not trying to hold Jimmy Butler accountable, I just don't understand. Like, this Miami Heat team has been terrible in terms of roster construction and bad asset management. People are out here defending Jimmy Butler. I've seen people in my DMs calling Jimmy Butler a slave, saying that we're holding him down. And please, Amir, like, what type of foolishness? You know what I mean? Because, like I said, there's blame that's all across the board. You have Jimmy Butler's boy on Twitter saying that, pretty much that the Miami Heat were half-assing when it comes to trades. So there's a lot going on, Amir. So what do you think about today's news about him being suspended for 2 games?
I think it's over. I mean, I think I don't know if he missed it on purpose as like the last straw to get suspended so he doesn't get hurt, hoping that the deal gets done in a few days or before they play against the Orlando Magic at home on Monday. So he's suspended for 2 road games. They're flying out today. He missed the flight today, whether that was on purpose or not, or whether the Miami Heat told him don't get on that flight or not, or don't get on that flight. We'll just hypothetically spend you, right? Maybe we'll give you your money, but we're working out a deal. It's going to take a couple days, and we don't want you to get hurt. They're protecting their asset, right? They don't want Jimmy Butler to get hurt. Bradley Beal, Trent said, apparently is like not playing tonight. Like, oh, what a coincidence. They don't want Bradley Beal to get hurt. Someone who's also injury prone before he's going to be traded hypothetically, right? We don't know about the whole no trade clause, all that crap. But yeah, the front office failed Jimmy Butler to a certain degree, but they didn't fail him by giving him a max contract 1 year after he took the Miami Heat to the finals. The next season we got swept, I believe. Did we win a game or we got swept, right? We got swept by the Bucks 4-0. We used the same excuse, whatever. Us and the Lakers had the longest off or the shortest off season ever, right? Because the bubble finals were so long. We only had X amount of days off, whatever. They still rewarded him for what he did, right? Which was taking us to the finals the year before, going head to head with LeBron James, almost winning the championship. Goran Dragic, our top playoff scorer in that playoff run, missed 4 games. Bam Adebayo missed 1.5 games, right? So we were unlucky, very unfortunate. But we paid him for what he did and what we thought he was still going to do because he was 31 years old at that point, right? So he got that contract. We gave him a contract where he can opt in next year for $52 million. He'll be the 11th highest player in the NBA, where he's not even close to being a top 11 player in the regular season. Last season, he was waiting for the playoffs, which we saw to a certain degree. So he says, right? When those last 6 games of the season, when we needed to win 1 game to avoid the play-in and get the 6th seed, Jimmy didn't show up against the Pacers. He had some bad games. Then he did show up in that play-in game when we couldn't win a few of those games, right? And he got hurt, even though he turned it up and showed that playoff Jimmy could be a thing. But it can't be consistent. So anyway, Jimmy, though, was quiet quitting, essentially, against the Pacers and whoever the other team was against, Pelicans. Then we found that out. And we suspended him. Now he's not quiet quitting. We see him not trying, not being aggressive, not playing on ball, being in the dunker spot, going into the corner. Yes, he's pretending a little bit, right? Facilitating, getting 8 assists. 1 game he scored 18. He needs to try as much as he can so he doesn't get suspended. But he got suspended again anyway. And I think he did because it's all a scheme. They know he's going to get traded in the next 3 or 4 days. It just happens. It has to happen by Sunday. Trent, he's all but gone, right? It's obvious, right? Phoenix traded those 3 picks, that 1 pick, that really good pick for those 3. Why? For Yusuf Nurkic to get off, or because they have to get those for Jimmy Butler? The writing's on the wall. I think he's going to the Suns, and it's going to happen by Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this whole saga is like, it sucks because it's like we finally get what we want in Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo finally starting. But, like, nobody's talking about it because of this Jimmy talk, of the Jimmy trade rumors and stuff like that, right? Like, let's talk about Kel'el Ware possibly winning Rookie of the Year. But no one's going to talk about that because Jimmy is involved in all these trade rumors, getting suspended and all this other stuff. So it's like kind of like taking all the joy out of everything. So, yeah, I think he's gone, dude. I think he's gone tonight. I think he's gone tonight or tomorrow. So nobody fall asleep because Bradley Beal's out tomorrow. We're supposed to play the Bucks. Is it tomorrow or the next day?
Thursday, the Heat play the Bucks. Who are the Suns? The Suns are playing who tomorrow, and he's out, you said? That's official?
Yeah, Bradley Beal's out tomorrow.
For what? What did they say?
Ankle soreness.
Soreness. Nice.
Yeah. And then, but not only that, right? They what's it called? Freaking damn, who's out too? Oh, then we play the Bucks tomorrow too. Think about that. So we play the Bucks tomorrow.
Middleton's out. Portis out. Could you imagine?
Imagine, right? Dude, like our bet, like we're supposed to like involve the Bucks in everything right now too. So like it's just funny. You know what I mean?
No, but guys, like, so now, which, listen, I know a lot of people wanted to call Ramona Shelber a liar, like, and whatnot, but Jimmy was, like, allegedly pissed off about what Pat Riley said, and he just felt as if, you know, because I was just listening to it, he just pretty much felt as if there should have been a conversation about it in terms of, maybe not necessarily him apologizing, but Jimmy just felt like there should have been a conversation had. My thing with that is we obviously know old school Pat, and you're telling me that Udonis Haslem literally told Jimmy Butler on the sideline, I'm going to whoop your ass. And they were able to move on from it like nothing. All I'm saying is that when – and look, make sure that you guys hit that link because I got a whole bunch of people in my DMs. I got a whole bunch of people on my YouTube comments lying and capping for millionaires. Like I said, Pat Riley and them boys, they messed up. Bad roster construction and bad asset management. I would say 80% is his fault. But the 20% that is Jimmy Butler's fault, the part that I'm talking about is him being an employee. You guys are lying and capping, saying that you guys can go to work and half-ass. When your job tells you to pick up them boxes, you pick up them boxes. Okay? You guys never want to hold anyone accountable. You guys don't even hold your kids accountable, your parents accountable. All you guys do is lie and cap for millionaires. That's all I've been seeing on my timeline. Like I said, Jimmy Butler could have handled this better. He lied to everybody and says he has no joy when he's making $48.8 million. He lied and capped and said that he has no joy when next season he can opt into $52 million. Then he said if he's here, he's going to hoop. And he's been doing everything but hooping. Like I said, you guys are going to say, oh, but mental health and he's not happy at work. I'm not happy at work all the time. Trent's not happy at work all the time. And Amir's not happy at work all the time. And I'm sure Ernest is not happy at work all the time. And you guys, same thing in the chat. And guess what? You guys can't go to your boss and ask for a raise and see who is this talking about? Shut the hell up, man. Listen, like I said, lying and capping for millionaires. You guys are at work right now listening to us on live. And you guys want to cap and lie about Jimmy Butler. And all he has to do is play until he's traded. He said he's going to hoop. I thought he was a leader. I thought he would. He lied and capped when he said that, I have no issue with my teammates.
He also lied. Saying, yeah, exactly. He has no issue with his teammates, but comes out
and play for them, right? Play like you like them then.
Yeah, and then don't sit away from your teammates.
See, yeah, sitting away from the team. Bro, these guys are over here lying and capping for millionaires, bro. I've never seen anything like that. Like I said, 80% Pat Riley, 20% Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler is not a saint. All I'm saying is he could have went out in a better way. That's all I'm saying. He could have went out in a better way.
Yeah, without quitting on his team. I like Jimmy Butler. He is my second, maybe third favorite Miami Heat player. Like, I don't know if I should do LeBron like that because I hated LeBron for fucking leaving early, and I hated that he went to the Lakers, and I hated they beat us. But Jimmy's probably my third favorite Heat player, right? I can't put him over LeBron. Screw that. And I understand where he's coming from, but like I'm upset with the way he's leaving, but I'm still happy for everything he's done. He's taken us out of poverty. Like we were in the Dion Waiters, Hassan Whiteside, James Johnson, Tyler Johnson, like timeline, and we were mediocre as hell. Like without Dwayne Wade's goodbye last dance, like those years would have been horrible. Imagine if D Wade never even came back. Right? We got lucky he came back. We got lucky he had his final dance. Like, we missed the playoffs Dwayne Wade's final year. You know what I mean? But still, Jimmy, thank you. We're not talking shit on you, Jimmy. We love you for doing everything you did with a shitty team. You took an 8th seed to the fucking finals. Like, Martell says it. I don't know if I agree with him 1,000%.
It's true. No.
Stop it. He's the only guy who could have done it.
There's no NBA superstar that would have been able to take Max Strus and Gabe Vincent to the NBA Finals twice and to 3 Eastern Conference Finals. I give Jimmy Butler his flowers. There's no NBA superstar that could have done what Jimmy Butler did. Why? Because the Phoenix Suns, they haven't been able to do it. They had to give Jason Tatum a super team for them to finally get over the hill. It took him to get 4 other role players to score 20 points. It took him to get the best perimeter defender in the NBA in Drew Holiday. Okay, and it took the NBA sliding out of jealousy, envy, and hatred. That's the only reason why we didn't get Damian Lillard. Jealousy, envy, and hatred. But there's no NBA superstar, I don't care who it is, that would have been able to take Max Strus and Gabe Vincent to the NBA Finals with no starting point guard. Dragic was out in the bubble. Bam was out in the double. Then you have season-ending injuries. Tyler Hero, out of shape and overweight Kyle Lowry, his fat, sloppy self. He was out. Okay, then you have Victor Oladipo, season-ending injury, and the list goes on. Jimmy Butler was playing on a rolled ankle and took this team to the NBA Finals. There's no NBA superstar, not Paul George, not Kawhi, and none of these fraudulent, stack-the-deck teams.
Yes, we thank you for all that. We appreciate it. We don't take it for granted. Like, those last 5 seasons have, well, not all 5 of the seasons, but 3 of those 5 seasons have been extremely fun. But Jimmy, you have no joy. You're making the most money on our team, $49 million. You're a top freaking 7-8 player in the NBA this year, right? Like, you play a game for fucking leaving. Martell was talking about how we can't half-ass it at work, whether you're a janitor, an accountant, or what the hell you do. Like, you're the top guy, so it makes it even worse that you're half-assing it, right? Like, people that half-ass it.
You know why he lies? Because he will sit up here and say, "Oh, well, I'm not the first option anymore. I'm only in the corner. And when he has the ball, what is he doing with the ball?
Nothing.
What is he doing with the ball?
He's 35 years old, bro. He's not a freaking spring chicken who misses 25 games every season. Like, he wanted Dame, he wanted Mitchell, he wanted all these other guys to come take over, take the load. But he's always had shit with Tyler Hero. That's the thing, though. He's like, I know I'm still better than these guys in theory. He's better than fucking Tyler Hero. He's better than Bam. I don't give a shit what people say, right? Jimmy is still our best player if he was actually trying, right? So I get where he's coming from. Like, now I'm not the focal point. I understand that. But, like, you're a part of that. You're Jimmy Dan Butler. Like, ask for the ball. Tell Spo to change the scheme. I'm your best player, right? But he's not available. His body breaks down. He can't do that in the regular season.
More to the mirror, bro. I think we're starting to make it, bro. We got haters in the chat now, bro.
Bro, like I said, they can lie and cap for millionaires, but guess what? I am not going to do it. Because, like I said, they are going to – listen, they want to play both sides. 1 minute they're saying, oh, but Jimmy Butler, this and that. Listen, y'all, we have all been saying this every single season. Jimmy Butler, wait for playoff Jimmy. Wait for playoff Jimmy. We're losing during the regular season. Wait for playoff Jimmy. Jimmy Butler's half-assing. All of a sudden now, he's never half-assed. We all know Jimmy Butler half-asses. And it's like what Amir said last year, the last few games that we had, we lost all them games and Jimmy Butler was playing. And that's exactly what Pat Riley is upset about. If you would have just tried, and like I said, these people in the comments, or not necessarily them, but people in the comments will tell us, oh, well, why are we hating on Jimmy Butler? And they're at work watching this stream. They're lying and capping for a millionaire. He's making $500,000 a game and wants to cheat the system and cheat the game. His own agent came out and said last year that there was maybe only a handful of games that Jimmy Butler didn't want to try. And if you're hurt, you're hurt. Like, it is what it is. Like I said, I give Jimmy Butler his praise because he had the East on lock when he was playing. He had the East on, bro. Nobody was messing with Jimmy Butler. But the work ethic and the way he's going out right now, that's what I have a problem with.
He says, look at it. Michael, what's up, Michael? Thanks for joining. He said, you guys are giving too much credit to Jimmy. The one above that. Why do you think we're giving too much credit to Jimmy? I think he deserves all that credit because he took a bum-ass team with Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Haywood Highsmith, Caleb Martin to the finals twice. We're not giving him the credibility that he won a championship, that he can act like this, that he deserves this, like, special extension, right? Like he's a Dwayne Wade. Like, no, we're not comparing him to a Dwayne Wade. Jimmy is not above the team. I agree with you. It's Heat culture now, not Jimmy. There's one guy that is above the Miami Heat's team, right, Martell? There's one guy that could pull this shit off and can do any of this shit that could be above the team that people would follow wherever he goes. That's Dwayne Wade, right? There's only one guy in Heat history. Everybody else, it's part of the culture. I agree with you, Michael, but you have to give him credit for taking undrafted guys, Bam Adebayo, who you guys are calling Bum Adebayo, who you guys don't think he's worth his deal. You guys think he's horrible because his offense has been regressing. Like Tyler Hero, who's Pat Riley called him fragile, who's only played 67 games, the most in his career at age 25, right? Played 41 games last season. Like, this is what he's working with. I'll give Jimmy all the flowers and all that credit, but I'm not giving him credit the way he's leaving. He's quitting on his team. He's bitching about money. He's old. He's 36. He's not washed, but he is not in his prime anymore, right?
He's not a max player, bro.
That's exactly right.
He hasn't even been an all-star in 2 years, and he wants max money. How does that even make any sense? And it's different than LeBron James because people are like, well, the Cavs teams were trash. No. LeBron James had NBA players on his roster. We had undrafted guys who technically no other team even ever wanted. If they were
still an all-star,
they would not be playing right now.
Hey, but LeBron's still an all-star even at age 40, though. So that's also and
that
LeBron's trying harder.
They're gonna worship LeBron James, you know what I mean? But it's just listen, and we cook Pat Riley. I will always cook Pat Riley. This is all Pat Riley's fault. Like I said, bad asset management and bad roster construction. We've never had a point guard outside of Dragic. Kyle Lowry out of shape and overweight, and Big O was right. We should have never went for Kyle Lowry. I know you want to like appease Jimmy Butler, but it is what it is. We had no business getting Kyle Lowry for $90 million. Signing Duncan Robinson for $90 million. All those things are very bad. Very, very bad. And we cannot let the front office off the hook. Using assets to get off players, using first and second round picks to get off players. I cook Pat Riley all the time. He should be held accountable more than anybody else because he's the one that builds the roster. And they went way too far with this whole undrafted foolishness because that can only take you so far. And that lie that somebody told about, Caleb Martin took us to the NBA Finals, that's a lie. The reason why Jimmy Butler won that, so the reason why he won the MVP is because he was carrying us from the first round, dropping 56 on the Milwaukee Bucks, and no one thought that we could win, and he took us to the NBA Finals.
Yep, Trent, Brandon Cass, what's up, buddy? He said your take, Butler is not a max player, is dumb. Phoenix is willing to pay Butler a max contract player that makes him a max contract player. What's your thoughts on that?
They be lying and capping.
Is Paul George and Max? Go back to that comment. Yo, Brandon, let me ask you a question, bro. Because this is what you're saying is like dumb as hell. Is Paul George a max player? I don't need no yes, but no, but this is a
today.
Yes or no.
You mean today, right now?
Yes. Is Paul George a max player? Is Bam Adebayo a max player? So I'm just answer these questions for me.
Playing like a max player is what you mean.
Is Bradley Beal worth a max deal? Is Rudy Gobert a max player? I mean, dude, the logic of what you just said makes no sense. A lot of these players now.
Yo, let me tell you something. Patrick Williams, I bet you guys don't even know who he is. Plays for the Chicago Bulls, getting $80 million. If Patrick Williams is getting paid $80 million, of course these players are going to get max deals. That's just how the NBA is operating right now because the deals are up. The TV deals are up. So obviously when the TV deals are up, more money to these star players. Just because you get a max.
Yeah.
Just because you get a max contract does not mean you're a max player, a max contract player. Let's get that straight. So answer the questions, Brandon. Is Paul George a max player? And if you say yes, then the conversation's over.
And also, Brandon, why would people give Jimmy a max contract besides the Suns, whose owner is spending all the goddamn money in the world, right? Like they're failing right now. What seed are they now? The 11th. They're out of the play-in. They're a mediocre team. He's taking one last straw to win with the KD trade and the Beal trade. So Jimmy's not. They're the only team. There's one team that will give Jimmy that paycheck. So to your point, yes, he's a max player in theory based on the market, but the market is just the Suns. No other team wants to pay Jimmy Butler $50-60 million a year after this year besides the Suns.
Man, his whole team, his team don't even want to pay him.
Memphis would not, because if Memphis did, then Miami would trade him to Memphis and say, fuck Jimmy Butler. They wouldn't have to deal with the Bradley Beal trade clause, other teams needing draft picks to take on Bradley Beal's shitty contract. If Memphis had a good enough deal and were willing to give Jimmy an extension, they would have offered Miami a good deal, right? Right now they're lowballing Miami because they think he's going to walk, and Jimmy only wants to play with the Suns because that's the only team that said they'll give him an extension.
What's the point, Brandon?
What's wrong? Houston would, bro. Houston would too? What do you mean, no?
The reason why these dudes look crazy in the comments, because Jimmy Butler's not even playing now. You know what I'm saying? Like what? He maybe had one or two good games this whole season. Maybe. Outside of that one triple double.
I brought that up in a live stream today, and I was like, listen, we pretty much practically already played without Jimmy Butler this whole year.
Yes! And that's what these dudes don't understand. We've been playing without Jimmy Butler. What has he really been doing this season?
Bro,
he got suspended for a bunch of games, injured, his tummy was hurting. If it was a one thing, it was we've been playing without him.
And we didn't play without him near the end of the season last year.
Hey, what do you think, Brandon? Look at he said Memphis would give Butler a contract extension if Butler wanted to be there. He's also saying that I can absolutely name multiple teams that would give Butler a max contract. Who's giving Jimmy a max when he's averaging 17 points per game?
You know why he don't? No, but you know why he don't make no sense? Because NBA, it's like what Trent said. Because of this new CBA, these teams can't afford. So okay. So they're paying Baines $200 million. They're paying Ja, and then they're paying JJJ. Who the hell are they? Where are they supposed to get this money from at a small market team? And like I said, even if you want him, you have to move a guy that's already on the roster making at least that 50 ball.
Bro,
or multiple players that's going to equal to that 50 ball.
Desmond, and the safety case was right. They trade Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane right now is probably better than Jimmy Butler. And because he's younger.
He is.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So they're taking a loss there. So, like, dude, the new CBA does not help Jimmy at all. And that's why he's doing what he's doing. And the Phoenix Suns are the only desperate team. The Phoenix Suns have been desperate ever since they got KD and made no moves. I mean, this Phoenix Suns are a desperate organization. That's what desperate organizations do.
Fraudulent.
You know what I mean?
Fraudulent. They're trying to salvage the season because KD and Booker can't win with Beal.
Mind you, fun fact. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something, right? The Miami Heat is currently 21-21, I believe, right? Bro, the Suns are 21-21 too, and we don't even have our star player playing all year. Think about that. We're 21-21. They're 21-21. Like, bro, and then you think the Suns are gonna win the championship because they had Jimmy Butler?
No.
Bro, he doesn't even try in the regular season. And they need to
like, I don't know why Brandon keeps bringing up this whole max Jimmy thing. 50. I get the market value is where it's at, where players, the TV deal, the money is going to go up. Like Trent said earlier, yes, Mikal Bridges is going to get $40 million a year, right? That's just, he's a quality player. He's going to get that money. But Jimmy's 35, going to be 36. Who's going to pay him $50-60 million? This is not the best example because I can't think of one on top of my head. Klay Thompson, who won 4 championships, who is obviously dealing with much bigger injuries for his team and wanted to re-sign with the Warriors for what did he want, Trent? Like 35 million a year for 3 years, like 90 million. And instead he got like 3 years, 50 million. He took less money and he's not the same player, but like, yeah, Klay is washed, but Jimmy's not a superstar anymore. Like, why would he get $50-60 million like from a new team? That doesn't make any sense. Look what DeMar DeRozan got. DeMar DeRozan ain't washed. You see, I was there live at Sacramento when DeMar DeRozan kicked the shit out of us when we were up 17 with 8 minutes to go in that fourth quarter. In that overtime, he kicked the shit out of us. What did DeMar get? And again, DeMar, you can cook me because that's not the best example, but DeMar is a better regular season player than Jimmy. He hasn't done shit in the playoffs, so I get that. But he's still on par with Jimmy Butler, like production-wise, right? Kind of quality-wise, like to a certain degree. They both don't have championships. DeMar made $25 million a year. And he's playing better than Jimmy Butler right now, right? That's his. You think DeMar was going to get 40? Why did DeMar not get 40? Because he's old. Like Jimmy's old. They're not going to pay him $55-60 million, dude. I don't know what the hell you're. Fred VanVleet's 31 years old, and he's a solid player. Of course, he's going to get 40 million. Is Fred VanVleet going to get 60? No, because he's not that good. That's his market value. Fred VanVleet is not better than Jimmy Butler. I agree with that, but that's the market value. You're tripping, dude. I think you're tripping. Jimmy's too old. The only team that's going to do this is the Suns.
Yo, Amir, listen. We go for another 5 minutes. Tell him to join the stream. If you don't want to join the stream, bro, he.
That's facts. That's facts.
Join the stream. Like I'm not
because I stand on that. That's facts.
Yeah, stand on it.
We're not going to talk shit. You're not crazy, Brandon. We're not saying you're like. You're just thinking Jimmy is going to get this max contract. Just explain why. We're not saying you're an idiot. You're a Heat fan. We're Heat fans. We're here for you, bro. Come on. I don't fully disagree with you. You're right about the market value stuff, Brandon. I'm not fully disagreeing with you. There are teams perhaps that would be willing to do that. I just don't know why they would, honestly. So I understand the Philly piece with him and Embiid. It's like these desperate teams possibly would. I don't think Memphis is desperate enough, like you mentioned earlier, and Martel was saying, with all the money they have on paper, like are on the books. But I don't see Jimmy Butler getting a max deal from other teams. Otherwise, Jimmy Butler, what did Jimmy Butler say, Martel, before or after he got requested a trade? Trade me anywhere. Then it became the Suns.
That's a lie. He lying and capping.
Exactly. So, Brandon, if there was like 3-4 other teams that were willing to give
if Jimmy said, I'm willing to go to these 4 teams, maybe let's say any of the original ones, like the Warriors, the Rockets, the Mavs, like none of them are in the sweepstakes for Jimmy Butler, right? Because none of them want to give him a max deal or give up the players they have for Jimmy Butler. So if that was the case, then I think Jimmy would have been traded to one of these teams already because Jimmy wants to get the fuck out of Miami. You can see he's not even trying and sitting on the bench, not clapping with his teammates, not trying. And those teams, if they thought Jimmy was willing to sign an extension with them, would have gave the Miami Heat a decent offer, right? Not a lowball offer like Windhorst and Mark Stein were saying for the last 2 weeks, right, Martel? Like, don't you think if people actually thought Jimmy would resign and want to go there? But yeah, he only wants to go to the Suns because that's the only team that his agent has found out that would be willing to give him that extension, is my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, right? I'm human. I could be wrong.
He messed up because
Milwaukee wants Butler.
They never looked at the landscape of the NBA. Because of the new CBA, you can't go, bro. You can't just pick up and go anywhere anymore. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think they're trying to move Bradley Beal's $100 million? All they're doing is swapping money. Instead of paying Bradley Beal, now they want to pay Jimmy at $100 million. But people are trying to make it seem like that's that's easy, and it's not easy. I don't care what team you are, unless you're willing to put up multiple first-round picks. That's the only way that conversation is going to even be looked at.
Man, I thought I was going to come back and see Brandon, but I guess he ain't.
Oh, no. He pulled up.
Where was he?
He right there.
There we go. What's going on, Brandon?
Yeah, no, you guys are full of shit. I mean, when you say there's no market for Jimmy Butler, OG Anunoby gets $40 million a year.
He's 26. He's 26.
Hold on. Let Brandon cook. Let Brandon cook.
I listen. Right. I listened to you for 5 minutes. So
go. We're not talking shit. Go.
Okay.
Go.
So first of all, OG Anunoby gets $40 million a year. Right. OG Anunoby gets $40 million a year. He's never healthy. He's not as good of a player as Jimmy Butler. Anunoby's a good POA, but he's nowhere near the scorer or even the playmaker that Butler is. Fred VanVleet gets $40 million a year. He's nowhere near the player that Butler is. The way that markets work is all it takes is one. It takes one to set the market. So when I say Butler has a market for a max extension, I'm saying Phoenix it's been reported would give Butler 2 years, basically $105 million. Okay, if Philadelphia could get off Paul George, they would take Jimmy Butler. He's friends with Embiid, and Philly needs someone to come in and kick ass, change the culture a little bit. Paul George has been horrible. Milwaukee would absolutely take Butler. They're desperate with Giannis getting old, and Chris Middleton is complete trash. Plus, the Bucks need another POA on the wing. So Milwaukee would give Butler a 2-year max money extension. Philadelphia would give Butler a 2-year max extension, and Phoenix would give Butler a 2-year max extension. That means that Jimmy Butler's a max contract player because that's how markets work. All it takes is one. Like, you guys are sitting here talking about what Jimmy is and what you think of him. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the NBA thinks. And the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia, Paul George has been complete trash for Philadelphia. He's literally barely shooting 30% from three. Philadelphia would absolutely swap George for Butler if they could. So there are 3 teams I can name that would give Butler a 2-year max money per year extension. That means Jimmy Butler is a max contract player by definition of what a market is.
Brandon, I agree with a lot of what you said. You're right. It just takes one. You're right. Let me ask you this though. Side question: do you think he's worth the max contract from those teams, or do you think it could be like a Paul George kind of situation? So you're not completely wrong. That's why I was saying, and we wanted to bring you up. So I think what you're saying is very valid, except for the point though, OG's 27, Fred VanVleet's 30, Jimmy's way older, but I understand. Like, that's the market value.
But Butler only wants a 2-year deal. He's not looking for the deal that Anunoby got. He just wants a 2-year deal.
One extra.
Butler negotiated with Pat. Hold on, but Butler negotiated with Pat Riley before the season started. They couldn't come to terms. Pat Riley doesn't give legacy contracts. He didn't give one to Dwayne Wade. So Pat Riley didn't want to pay Jimmy Butler $50 million a year. At that point, Miami should have traded him. Butler had far more trade value before the season started than he does now. And Butler doesn't have that much trade value anyways because of his $52 million player option next year. But he had more trade value at the beginning of the year than he does now.
Facts. I
So
agree.
hold
But
on.
do you think he's a max though? But do you think he deserves the max from those teams? Like, what's your opinion? Like, in terms of like his potential, like, or do you think he's going to become washed soon? I don't think he's washed yet. Obviously, he's declining though. What are your thoughts on it? Is he worth a max? Not what the market says. But
No, so I think right when you talk about value, value's objective and subjective. So is Jimmy Butler worth 50 million a year to the average NBA team? No. No, if I was if I was the Golden State Warriors, would I give Jimmy Butler 50 million a year? Fuck no, he doesn't fit the system. But is Jimmy Butler worth 50 million a year to Philadelphia? He is, because Embiid's getting old, he's injury prone, and they need a closer. Embiid can't close. Embiid can't close because he always gets doubled and he has to pass out. And Maxey struggles to close as well. The other thing is Philadelphia needs a defender on the wing too. Oubre and Caleb Martin aren't consistent shooters. Butler would fit in Philadelphia, and Butler would help change the culture there too. And Phoenix, Durant is getting old, so they need Butler as well. Milwaukee, Giannis is 30, and Giannis has been very injury prone. Giannis has been hurt 3 of the last 4 years in the playoffs. Giannis is getting older now. So for Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Phoenix, he is worth $50 million a year. Now, to the average NBA team, is Butler worth $50 million a year? No. But to be a max contract player, as I said before, it takes one. And to those 3 teams, he is worth $50 million a year.
You realize Jimmy Butler doesn't play much in the regular season, and his body's breaking down too.
No, I don't agree with that. If you look at Jimmy Butler over the last 5 years, he's played right around 55 to 60 games, which again, that's pretty normal for an NBA player who's 35. But again, that's priced into the market. Like when you say he's only playing, most NBA players who are 34 or older are load managing. Like LeBron James rarely played. LeBron played a lot of games last year. But LeBron has been load managing for 5 years. Most NBA players who are 34 or older are load managing. Butler's not that different than most of them.
Brandon, let me ask you a question. Do you watch the Miami Heat consistently?
I bet the NBA, so I watch all the teams a lot.
Okay. So are you just looking at numbers, or are you actually watching Jimmy Butler?
No, I watch him. Yeah, no, I don't like. I think it's obvious that Jimmy doesn't want to be in Miami, but when I watch Jimmy athletically, I don't think he's any different of a player than he was last year. Like, my view of Jimmy Butler is he cannot do what he did in 2023 or 2020. I think Jimmy fits as a third option, and that's why he would fit in Philadelphia, Milwaukee, or Phoenix. He'd be the third option on those teams. He wouldn't be the first or second option like he was in Miami in 2023 or 2020. So I think Butler's still good. I don't think he is what he was 2 years ago, and that's why I think he is, as I said, subjectively worth the max contract to teams that are ready to contend, where he'd be a third option like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, or Phoenix.
So my point is, and I disagree with you with some things. Statistically, Jimmy does play 60 games. And I asked you, do you watch Jimmy Butler on the Miami Heat? Because if you do, and every Heat fan knows this, Jimmy Butler does not play 60 games. Jimmy Butler plays 20 plus games, 40 plus games a year. That's what Jimmy Butler does. And that's why we have problems with Jimmy Butler, because he coasts through the regular season and doesn't try. Even before this season, before the contract problems, he would do that every single season. And that's why we're a playing team every single year. You could blame on Pat Riley for roster construction. Fine. But as our star player and as a player that's getting paid $50+ million, we need him to step up. Where was he when we needed the wins against Indiana? Where was he when we needed the wins against the 76ers? Oh, guess what? He wasn't trying, because he doesn't care about the regular season, because he wants to take it the hard way. You know why he wants to take it the hard way? Because he just doesn't care. He doesn't care because he thinks he can continue to keep bringing this team to the finals. And he realized, this is when it goes back to the Pat Riley problem, the team is just not well constructed. So no, he does not play 60+ games at all. So good luck to any team that wants to trade for Jimmy Butler when there's only really one team that he wants to play for. Good luck, because the Phoenix Suns are going to go all the way down. The Phoenix Suns is not a great team at all. So you're talking about Kevin Durant's getting older. Kevin Durant is still probably a top 10 player in the league. It don't matter how old he is. He doesn't age.
No,
he's
Durant's not a top 10 player in the league.
He is that excellent. He is still great. He's excellent.
No, he's
we're not gonna go back and forth. Durant's an excellent player. I'll take Durant over Jimmy Butler any day. Like, bro, like just let's stop it.
Yeah, no, I'm not having that debate. But Durant's not a top 10 player in the league,
dude. He's top 10, top 15. He is excellent. Like, what are we talking about? Okay, it doesn't matter. Kevin Durant, LeBron James,
he's not
those players.
But
We
hold,
just-
hold on. Okay, so let me push back on what you said. So first of all, when you talk about how Jimmy Butler hasn't been great in the regular season, look, Jimmy Butler is not a superstar. He's not a top 5 player. He's not a top 10 player. Jimmy
So then
Butler
how-
has
so-
never
so-
once
hold
in
on,
his
so then how we
career.
gonna give him the
Hold
max
on. Hold on. You didn't even let me get my point out. So Jimmy Butler has never been a top 5 or
Yo,
top
Brandon,
10
yo,
player in
Brandon,
the
yo,
league.
listen,
So when you
I'm gonna
say
let you talk.
when you say hold on, I didn't
No,
I didn't
no,
even
no,
finish
hold
the
on, hold
sentence.
on. This is
No,
our
let him
show.
go. No, hold on.
When you
No, no,
say,
hold on,
when you
hold
say
on.
that
Let him
Jimmy
go, let him go,
Butler
man.
is load managing in the regular season, Jimmy Butler is basically in the regular season 18 to 20 points a game. But the reason your point is bad is Miami never once missed the playoffs when Jimmy was on that team. He was playing most of the season with the exception of last year. So Miami wasn't missing the playoffs because of Butler's play. And the main issue in Miami is Pat Riley's been garbage as a GM over the last 5 years. You grossly overpaid Kyle Lowry. You grossly overpaid Iguodala. The hero contract was not a good contract at $30 million a year when you gave it to him. So the reason Miami couldn't bring in the player they needed to contend, the reason Miami couldn't bring in a player like Dame is you had nothing to trade for Dame other
Brandon,
than Bam, and you can't. Hold on. I'm gonna land it here. I'm gonna finish it here. You could not trade Bam because Bam is your team. So you had nothing to trade to get Dame or anyone else. Pat Riley has butchered your roster to the point where you have nothing to trade. You couldn't put a team around Jimmy, and now you are where you are.
Brandon. So everything's on Pat Riley and nothing's on Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler wants
Answer
to
the question.
contend. This is not a
Answer the
contending
question. It's a yes or no question. Everything's on Pat Riley and nothing on Jimmy Butler. It's a yes or no. I don't need no explanation. Yes or no.
No, I'm not saying that Jimmy couldn't have handled the issue better. That's not my point. What I'm saying is, well, hold on. What I'm saying is, if you are to diagnose what's wrong with Miami today, is it more Jimmy Butler or is it the fact that Pat Riley has done shit? Hold on. I answered your question. So answer mine.
Brandon,
What
you
is the
realize
big-
this is our
hold
show?
on.
Stop
What
cutting
is
us
the
off.
what is
Bro,
the
we're
bigger
letting you
problem
talk.
in Miami?
Relax. You
Is
need
it
to chill
Jimmy
out.
Butler or Pat Riley
You
being
need to
trashed
relax.
the last 5 years?
Like, chill out, bro.
Pat
You really-
Riley's been
it's our
trashed the
show.
last 5
Chill out,
fucking
bro.
years. He's done nothing for your team.
Like, relax.
And the other
bro.
thing is the only reason Miami was able to get to the finals in 2023, despite Pat Riley making horrible free agent moves like with Lowry and Iguodala, is because you guys got lucky. You had undrafted players like Vincent and Max Strus who played critical roles on the Heat in 2023. If not for getting lucky, your team would have been cooked because Pat Riley's been such trash as a GM over the last 5 years. Pat Riley is a bigger problem in Miami than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, listen, Brandon, let me get this straight. We appreciate you hopping on the show, but be respectful. This is our show, all right? Don't cut us off, all right? We invited you on. So if I talk, please relax, all right? Like,
I didn't
stop
cut you off. You keep cutting me off.
bro, because this is my show. This is me and Martel's show. We can do what we want. Stop
Just
talking.
keep it to the hoops, bro. Just keep it to the
Like,
hoops.
relax, bro. No, because I'm being nice to him. I'm
I got a lot
I'm-
to say. I got a lot to say.
Yeah, listen, there's a lot.
I'm gonna
of
drop in about a minute.
Bye. The chat don't
Yeah,
like
but
you
Pat
either.
Riley's the bigger problem than Jimmy Butler.
You realize that?
I mean, like, listen, Pat Riley's about 80% of the blame. Like I said, the only way that I blame Jimmy Butler is when it comes to work ethic. Like I said, he's out here
Jimmy's
half-assing.
not working because he knows the team's not a contender. That's why. When he goes to a team that's a contender, he'll start working again. He knows this team is
because
garbage.
he's been
He
doing
knows
that
the
since
rosters
year
are good.
one. Hold on, but he's been doing that since year one. And
Bullshit.
listen,
He wasn't doing that year one.
what?
He was not. Miami never missed the playoffs when Butler was in his.
That has
when he was
nothing
there
to
in
do
his
with
prime
that has
health.
nothing to do with what I just said. Listen, you might say that you don't want to that Pat
Butler
Riley
wasn't
never
doing
wanted
that.
to upgrade
That's
the
a lie.
roster. No, listen, Jimmy Butler wanted to keep Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin. Did you see that report?
Jimmy Butler wanted to be on a contender. Your team and Pat Riley failed him. If you
Hold
had
up.
put a contender around him, you would get better effort.
I mean, you didn't answer my question though.
Your team's not a contender with Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. You need a
Fair
star.
enough.
You need a player like him.
Listen, you might say it's luck, my man, but you don't get the 3 Eastern Conference
But
finals.
Butler
and 2
wanted
NBA
more than that.
finals.
That's wrong.
Hold on. You don't
All right.
listen.
Anyways,
you don't get
as
that
I
far.
said, I got to drop.
You can't handle the smoke. Yo,
I'll cut him again, bro. Like he ain't answer none of my questions.
Martel, listen. Don't ever allow that again, bro. We got to look at the chat. The chat literally is telling me get up off the screen. Like, bro, we gotta like.
Nah, bro. I just wanted to hear him, bro. That's it.
No, I
Like
get it.
People listen. You can't just blame. Pat is 80% of the blame. I will give Pat 80%. The 20% comes down to Jimmy Butler's work ethic, and when he's and bro, and it's like people forget. He sat up here and said, "Oh, I don't care about where we are in the standings. I don't care if we're in the play-in tournament. It don't matter. It doesn't matter where we are." That's a lie, bro.
Bro, Martel, we don't care about that. Listen,
Of
read
course
the
we
chat.
do.
Bro, no, we don't care about that right now. Bro, read the chat. Everybody is literally telling us. No. The chat, the other supporters, literally, they're literally like,
click the link.
like, bro, listen. Brandon is a long-known StreamYard basketball debater. He's not very liked, but he's forceful. Ban him. It's not just bro. We got who cares about Brandon? All right, listen, Martel, bro, never allow that again, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Make sure that y'all hit that link if y'all want to come up on the show. No, but like I said, man, I'm just tired of all the lying and capping about Jimmy Butler. Like I said, 20% is his fault, but he got to own all 20 of it. He told us, finally, my boys on the show today. Jimmy Butler, year after year, he said it. Well, it doesn't matter that we're in the play-in tournament. What do you mean? It doesn't matter that we lose. Of course it does.
Yo, is Brandon a Heat fan or is he? What is he?
Bro, I have no idea. But go ahead, my brother.
Like what?
Oh yeah. I just wanted to jump on and push back a little bit because I feel personally both parties are to blame. Like
absolutely.
But with the whole like Jimmy wasn't doing that in year one, that's bullshit. That's bull. He's been doing that since he got here, and it's like, but for me personally, I just feel like no one is, including Heat fans, has any right to blame, like any right to criticize, because everyone knew who Jimmy was before he got here, and now it's happening to us. Everyone wants to complain. No, man, you know what you got. So
hold on though. The reason why I have a problem with Jimmy Butler, because he said it out of his, but like we're not really listening to what he's saying. He said it out of his own mouth. The Miami Heat have allowed me to be me. Okay, he's been getting privileges that the big three could never get. So then when Pat Riley says, "Oh, Pat Riley's driving stars out of Miami," that's a lie. The only part where he messed up on was D Wade. D Wade should be in the front office right now. D Wade should be in the front office right now. Other than that, guess what? LeBron was going back to Cleveland regardless. He had other agendas that he needed to fulfill. Shaq, he beefed with everybody. He was beefing with Kobe. Shaq beefed with everybody.
Bro, listen. More of the story is we blame both sides.
Yeah.
The problem is with the dude that came onto the show was he was just blaming Jimmy. That's what I meant blaming Pat. I'm sorry. You're just blaming Pat. When I could bring up several points. Jimmy said he has no problem with his teammates. Oh, really? So why is he not talking to them? He's sitting 5 seats away from his teammates. Why is he not dapping them? Okay, but you got no problems. Okay. Then he came out and said, "Oh, I'm gonna play if I don't get traded." Okay, so ever since you came back, you're not doing much, right? Who would have thought having Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, we would have lost to the Portland Trailblazers? You know why we lost? Let's be for real. Let's just be for real, right?
Jimmy.
He was useless. He's not a body out there. He's a 4 and 5. He's useless, right? So when you start lying, right? We can all admit Pat's wrongs, but Jimmy has wrongs too. Simple as that, bro. We call out both sides, and that's it. At the end of the day, Jimmy Butler's gonna get traded, and we move on from this clown. We appreciate everything he has done for this organization, but dude, like I'm tired of people just blaming one specific side when it's both of them. That's the frustrating part. It's both of them. Pat Riley's being petty. He's dropping these stuff that comes out to make Jimmy look bad, and then he's like, "Well, he was on private planes because his dad." Then it makes us look bad. Like, bro, he's doing these petty things. They suspended Jimmy, bro. It's both of their faults. Okay, Pat didn't bring a good enough roster, but at the end of the day, Jimmy is a professional basketball player that needs to try in the regular season. I don't care what anybody says. Kevin Durant, 36, 37 years old, going hard. Russell Westbrook, aging, going hard. All these older players are going hard. You know why? Because they get paid for it. Jimmy Butler
still going strong.
So it's just frustrating, bro. It's just frustrating, bro. All these older players are going hard because you know why? Because that's their job. So good luck.
Can I-
Have Jimmy. Have him.
Can I ask you guys a serious question? Did you guys actually believe Jimmy was going to try hard this season, like before the whole trade shit happened?
No, but look, but this is where people get it really messed up. Pat Riley doesn't even want this man to play 82 games. But we can all say that if he could play maybe 5 more games, and the games that he does play, he actually is trying. But I have never heard a fan base think about this. But listen, a fan base is saying, "What if Jimmy Butler was engaged? What NBA superstar can do that? Giannis can't do it. Jokic can't do it. Luka can't do it. There's no NBA superstar where I continue to hear the fan base say Jimmy Butler was not engaged.
No,
What
but
does that even mean?
But D Master, let me ask you a
Good.
question. Because coming into the year, I said Jimmy Butler and Martell's capping if me, Martell, Amir, and all the people that we stream with said Jimmy Butler's gonna have a great year because it's a contract year. We said that, and I'll admit that. That was beginning of the season because we knew it was a contract year. We didn't know this was gonna happen. So yes, I thought Jimmy was gonna ball out this year. I could admit that. But clearly he proved me wrong. You know what I mean? He proved me wrong. I thought he was gonna come out and ball out. Okay, it's your contract year. Let's show why you deserve to get paid. You know what I mean? But he didn't. So yeah, I can admit that. Yeah. And Martell said the same thing. We all said the same thing, bro. You know what I mean? I was wrong in a lot of stuff, but I was also right in a lot of stuff, right? Tyler Hero, he got bashed by Pat Riley. Two. Let's not forget, he called Tyler Hero fragile. You know what I mean? And
He still is.
Tyler Hero did his little things on Twitter, but he never made a big scene, never brought into the locker room. I don't really think because it wasn't really much talked about. He came out next year and played his best basketball. Unlike Jimmy Butler, he's just like, you ain't gonna pay me and you gonna tell me to shut up and this and that. Da, da, da. All right, cool. I ain't touching the court. I'm just gonna shoot one-legged 3-pointers. That's why I don't respect
all
Jimmy.
that bullshit. I hear that. And I hate to disagree. Well, not really because it's Tyler Hero, but it only looks like he's having his best season because the offense is so focused around him. Like it looked the same last year with Bam, and now look at Bam this year. He looks like shit, but look who's flourishing, Tyler. So don't be fooled. It's just one season, and I don't want people like saying, "Oh, you hate, you were hating, and now look at what Tyler's doing." He's doing the same shit he was doing last year. His shots are falling, but he's doing the same shit that he was doing last year.
Yeah, but I just feel like this is a more locked in Tyler Hero, bro. Like this is like he's not letting the media get to him. Remember, Tyler Hero used to let the media get to him often. Like he would in a lot of individual stuff, he'd be like caring about being an all-star or like caring about averaging 25. Like, I don't think so. And if he does, he doesn't.
You don't think he cares about being an all-star?
No, he don't show it much. There's a difference. You can care about it, but when you start showing it, and it leads into a problem, right? He's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure he does. He's gonna be an all-star this year, and if he's not, it's rigged. I don't care what anyone.
No, he's not. There's too many. There are way too many guards for him to get in, and then with the reserves, because that's covered by every position. It's just way too difficult.
Bro, Tyler Hero's an all-star this year.
He's playing like it, but
he's
he's not gonna make it. Think about this: LaMelo Ball got more votes than him and Steph Curry. Like,
well, LaMelo Ball's an all-star.
You can't honestly tell me there are more Hornets fans than Heat fans.
Well, LaMelo Ball is worldwide known because it's LaMelo Ball. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, even still, with him being worldwide known, he should have been an all-star before. Why is this his first year?
Because he dealt with a lot of injuries. And this year he's dealing with injuries. He is dealing with injuries this year, but I'm sure he's playing more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like injuries do play a part in that. But yeah, I mean, LaMelo Ball is averaging 30 points a game, dude. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Last year he only played 22 games. You know what I mean?
But it's on like 25, 30 shots though.
Yeah, they don't care about that. They don't care about his efficiency. They don't care about it. Listen, LaMelo Ball played 31 all-stars, right?
Is fucking in MVP talks.
Tyler Hero.
Okay,
okay, let me ask you this: Tyler Hero or Tyrese Maxey?
Yep.
Who do you got?
Me? Are you asking me personally or what I think they will vote?
Yeah. Who do you got personally? I don't think
They will
Tyrese
vote. I think they'll vote Maxey, but but it would be Tyler this year. But
Yeah,
I
no.
think they will vote for Maxey. I don't know why. Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey is a good player, but you can ask any Sixers fan. He has not been playing that well this year.
Yes, this year, but that whole team is fraudulent. I can't blame him when two of the All Stars over there don't want to put out
He's
any
been playing
work.
the same. Like,
Go ahead, bro. You good?
if I'm not mistaken, he's been playing the same. Like, just last year his efficiency was better, but he's still taking like 25 shots a game. Like,
You know, no, he's just turning the ball over more, and his efficiency is down, and his 3-point
because they
percentage.
expect him to be a playmaker now.
Well, his 3-point percentage is down dramatically. I mean, his field goal percentage is down, his 3-point percentage is down, and his turnovers is up. So, yeah.
They're expecting him to do more because they want Embiid to rest more throughout the season. So then he's quote unquote ready for the playoffs, but that's not going to help them because Embiid's not going to show up in the playoffs. Man. I don't know why the Sixers still put faith.
Dude, I swear.
But we're talking about Heat.
If Joel Embiid get into the All-Star game, I swear, bro, like there's no point of having an All-Star selection. I'm sorry, like there's just no point because
no, they can't. What they could good.
Because if they're just gonna go by popularity, and because bro, remember a lot of popularity is the main thing. You know what I mean? Like that's the main thing for a lot of these votes. So that's what I'm saying. I just can't take the All-Star game serious. But so if I see him in there, if I see him in there, dude.
But I because I'm trying to think out of the centers of the East, like who you really got that could contend with Embiid.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though he's missed damn near most of the season, like really truly, who else you got to replace him? Sadly,
Bam Adebayo would have, but he's having a bad year. So you know what I mean. So he would have played a factor. I mean. Like Porzingis, like yo, this is what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know.
No, the Celtics can't have 3 players. Like they can't have. No, I don't think any team could have 3 players anymore. Yeah, well, I don't think they ever could actually.
Who knows? You know what I mean. But look, I gotta go, man. I gotta go to my internship though. Appreciate y'all. It was a good stream, Martel. I think you're muted, Martel. So I don't know if you're staying on or whatever. But yeah, I gotta go.
Yo.
Yep, still here.
I got you, my man. Listen, thank you for coming on the show. But listen, we got to get you like on a one-on-one episode soon. All right, bro?
I'll try. But yeah, wait. All right, cool.
So thank you guys for coming on the show. Make sure that you guys like, share, comment, subscribe.